This is a budget 5K action camera from AliExpress. Cost around 130 Singapore dollar or around 80 US dollar. And if you're looking for a budget action camera, you don't want to spend for GoPro action camera with 5K resolution, then this budget version might be an option that you may consider. Okay, this brand is called FCCWO. I'll put it in the description. Basically, when I received this action camera, this packaging, it doesn't even have a brand name. So what I suspect is that this company most likely is a OEM manufacturer, and they manufacture camera for other company, and this is what I suspect, because the box itself, it doesn't even mention the company itself. It's only the specs here. For the specs here, it's able to capture 5K 30 frames per second and 4K 60 to 30 frames per second, and so on. And the reason I bought this camera is because of the image sensor. It's a 24 megapixel Sony CMOS sensor. From the description itself, it's IMX576 camera sensor, if I'm not mistaken, and the rest are the specs. And it's also come with standard accessory, those charging cable, whatever, it's already inside here. Yeah, there's actually no brand. There's no company name on the box itself. And this is the camera. This is how it looks like. I've purchased camera from this brand before, and I'm quite happy with it. And this is another purchase because they have a 5K action camera that they just released. That's how this camera looks like. I'll turn on the camera, then you'll see the brand here. And this is the brand. Okay, if you see, there's a 5K resolution with 30 frames per second. But what I noticed is that when you capture using 5K resolution, your storage capacity must be big enough, because with 128 gig of SSD storage, I only able to capture around 3 hours. But I suspect because of the camera sensor, it's only 24 megapixel and it's so-called mid-range sensor, it may not capture as much details as GoPro 5K action camera. So you need to keep your expectation not to compare with GoPro, because the GoPro camera sensor is a higher specification than this one. So the rest of the video I will only capture in 4K 30 frames per second, because this one give me the most so-called hours that I can capture. I'm able to capture 4.5 hours with 128 SSD storage. SD card storage. So this is how the camera looks like. And all these are touch screen. You're able to set other features. You have preference. You're able to set image stabilization. You have EIS control, but I will set it off because EIS control, it does truncate or it crop the video, so it's not as widescreen as I want it. So there are other features here. You even have a low light features, external microphone, that kind of things, wide angle. So these are the specs. It advertised that it used a V39 so-called image processor, and they advertised the CMOS sensor itself. So I'm not the expert in action camera, so for me, I'm just buying this one for my normal so-called fishing video recording. So it's not really if you're looking for really high-end action camera, then GoPro is your choice. This one is suitable for you if you are looking for budget version of action camera. So for this one, it's only cost around 140 Singapore dollar, around 80 to 90 US dollar. So it's really a budget version of a 5K action camera. And the rest of the video, I'll show you a sample which I capture using this camera in 4K 30 frames per second without EIS enabled. Another thing to highlight about the battery, it uses 1000 milliamp hour battery, and one full charge of this battery, you can do a continuous recording for about 30 to 40 minutes. So you can actually buy extra battery for this camera, and it uses this type of camera, generic one, which you can get it very cheaply for extra battery. So it lasts around 30 minutes to 40 minutes of recording. So next will be a sample video that I will capture in 4K 30 frames per second without EIS enabled, with EIS off.咁多人嘅。 Go. This is 4K 30 frames per second with EIS on. Let's test any different with EIS on. This is during walking. Hopefully the video is not shaking during the walk. Next we'll see with EIS off any different in terms of video shakiness when we are walking. Okay, we'll off this video and we'll start recording with EIS off. Okay, this is a second video with EIS off. 4K 30 frames per second, EIS off. Same walking speed. Later we'll do a comparison whether with EIS on the video shakiness and whether the focal wheel, wide angle wheel, is it cop up. Okay, we'll end this video. This one is the EIS off. Okay, this is another video with EIS turned on, 4K 30 frames per second. Walking down the stairs. This is to test for shakiness. And also running across. Okay, let's run across the traffic light. Whether how shaky it is. Now back to normal walking speed. We'll see how shaky the video will is with EIS turned on. Hopefully it won't be as shaky.
回家放热水嘛，我唔知影就唔知。
Okay, that's the end of this video. 4K 30 frames per second with EIS on. Hopefully the shakiness is not as bad as without EIS turned on. Okay, that's the end of this video.